about what's going on with the US dollar, why Trump is pulling a move on Greenland, and what we just saw from the secret weapon that Venezuela is talking about. So Mexico uh, is backing down. Venezuela is backing down even more because Delcy Rodriguez, who is now in charge, who is now in charge, she and soldiers from Venezuela have come out and said that there was some type of weapon. So I actually want to read this real quick because I kind of want to go into depth as to how powerful we are. So this account from Venezuela, apparently, Venezuelan security loyal to Nicolas Maduro is absolutely chilling. What they said is absolutely chilling. And it explains a lot about why the tone across Latin America suddenly changed. Security guard, he says, on the day of the operation, we didn't hear anything coming. We were on guard, but suddenly all of our radar systems shut down without any explanation. The next thing we saw were drones, a lot of drones flying over our positions. We didn't know how to react. So this is, during an interview, he was basically talking about how powerful the United States actually pretty much is. There's a lot of people fit it somewhere. Man, these thumbnail guys, bruh. I really wanted to do this live. Please do it fast, bro. It's late. Man, these thumbnail guys be killing me, brother. So, yeah. So we want to talk about, how powerful the United States military is and why being the United States of America is so important, right? So in the United States of America, we are the world's reserve currency, right? Money has become a problem, right? The dollar has become a problem because we print so much of it throughout the years, right? And that's why the economy pretty much is a fake economy. Trump has no choice, right? So you see the S&P 500, you see all these things going up in value. They go up in value because the Federal Reserve just prints money and prints money and prints money. And so we sell countries securities, we sell countries bonds because we put them on a dollar. Now we can go through the history of literally, let's say, 1971 when Nixon decided to, basically ditch the gold standard. So once we went off the gold standard, everything pretty much changed. And we had to quickly become the greatest military ever known if we wanted to keep this superpower, AKA, the world reserve. But, I want to go back to what we just saw here, right? What did we see? We see Trump, basically making the Western Hemisphere dollar proof because we need to, because we know these countries are literally planning to meet up. Right? BRICS Alliance is trying to literally work together to take over. The BRICS Alliance, you guys keep hearing like, oh my God, the BRICS Alliance they're going to create their own currency and they're going to ditch the US dollar and they're going to ditch the United States of America. And Trump is in a position where he is the most important president of our lifetime because of this. So let me go to this video right here, right? Because I, again, want to go to the secret weapon video. Why is this important? The secret weapon, it lets you know. This is why Denmark and this is why all these other countries, they don't want to mess around with the United States right now. Take a look at this.
A security guard that was protecting Maduro has spoken, and you got to hear what he said. It's in Spanish, but I'll translate. Also, Trump announced that, the cartels, they're going after him in Mexico. The whole vibe of Latin America has changed because of what happened in Venezuela. And now that we're getting firsthand accounts from people that were there, the soldier says they didn't hear him coming. He says the Americans had technology superior to anything they've ever seen. Everything that they were using for radar, for anything, was completely taken offline. They had drones, and the drones were taking out bases and taking out things faster. They didn't have no technology. They've never had to fight against drones. He also talks about that there was only 8 helicopters. There was only 20 men that were sent in, and those 20 men killed hundreds of their men, and none of those soldiers were injured. He talks about it felt like they were firing 300 rounds a minute. Nothing they've ever seen, nothing that they can compete with. And then he also talks to the fact that the Americans had some kind of sonic shock boom that was sent out, and everybody immediately started bleeding profusely out of their nose. They couldn't even gather themselves because whatever was sent at them made them fall to their knees and vomit blood out of their mouth and out of their noses. They were incapacitated immediately. He says he never wants to never wants to go through that again. Doesn't want to have to fight with the Americans again. He's sending warnings to everybody out there that you think you can fight the Americans. You don't even know what their weaponry is like and what they're capable of. 20 men took out hundreds, and that's starting to spread all through Latin America. And now they're not saying, if you want me, come and get me anymore. They're like, oh shit. Especially after Trump says, hey, Mexico, you're on the list too.
So there you have it. That video speaks for itself. And again, ladies and gentlemen, it just, it just lets you know that these countries, they want no smoke with the United States of America. They don't want no smoke. Guys, this is okay. Let me explain something to the people that are in here. This is LV. LV Nation is not this channel. Let me just explain to you, because I think some of you guys are a little confused. So let me explain to you. LV Nation. This is LV Nation. This right here. This is not the channel that you are seeing. This is LV Crypto. This is my old channel that I'm trying to revive and use to talk about finance and politics put together, to talk about the dollar, to talk about war, to talk about oil, to talk about uranium, to talk about AI. This is my old channel. This, the channel that you are thinking about, is LV Crypto. This channel. So this is the OG channel, guys. I'm just here having some fun, talking about certain things, so don't think about this as being LV Nation. You go to LV Nation and you get the news from LV Nation. My main channel is this channel right here. This is where I talk about politics right here. I just uploaded a new video, by the way. I just want to make sure that you guys know. Wow. Make sure to go like this video, by the way. I just posted a video about they tried it in Texas and instantly found out. Yeah, so let me make sure. Yeah, you guys can go check this video out. It's a good video right here. Well, so it's about, the protesters trying to do what they did in Minnesota, in Texas, and yeah. So make sure to go check that out. Somebody said XRP is better than BTC. Absolutely. You're entitled to your own opinion, but you're misinterpreting what even is the difference, right? So one you say has utility, the other one you say has no utility. Think about, let me explain something to you, right? Because I think a lot of people, Bitcoin is not popular right now because it's so high in price. People are trying to get rich. So they're investing in other assets that they feel is an asset, or they feel, it's a smaller price and it's going to boom one day, right? This is why this conversation is very important, right? So I'm not going to talk about this a lot, but the only reason why I only invest in Bitcoin is because it's capped, it's scarce. You can only make 21 million of them. And that's the network and technology behind it. That's the point. It's about basically, Bitcoin was created after the 2008 financial crisis. Bitcoin is the first crypto, and it has no boss. Satoshi Nakamoto made crypto and he walked away. You can tell me about XRP. You can say that it's the best. But again, are you trying to get rich by investing in something, or are you trying to gain purchasing power? You see, the reason why I talk about Bitcoin so much, right? Yeah, I have 2 coins. I almost have 3. The reason why I'm investing in Bitcoin, and people think that investing in Bitcoin is expensive, but they have no idea the war that's coming. Guys, literally, like, Trump is telling you, he's not telling you what to buy, but he's telling you that we have to clear the debt. Why is Bitcoin so important? You have to listen to me. Why is Bitcoin, why is XRP, why is Bitcoin, why is silver, right? And why is gold some of the most important commodities right now for Trump and the Trump administration is because we are in debt because of the Federal Reserve, because of the printing of the dollar, and because the dollar is backed by nothing. That's why you see Trump spending all this money to make sure that we have the biggest military, right? We have to have the biggest military. Why? Because the money is the problem. Money is the problem. That's why Bitcoin was created. Bitcoin was a peer-to-peer network created by Satoshi Nakamoto, who then went away. Literally, there is no owner for it. That's why I believe in Bitcoin so much. It's not because the price is high and the price could go to $1 million one day. It's because that, to me, is scarce, and you can't print any more Bitcoin. You cannot print anymore. There is no boss. There is no Federal Reserve that can say, hey, we got to turn the Bitcoin printer on. It's hard coded to never grow anymore. That's why it's scarce. And it was introduced as the solution, because when people saw in 08 and in the financial crisis, right? In 08, in the financial crisis, banks were getting bailed out and the regular people were literally just thrown out. Like, hey, you got these loans, you're just going to be in debt. You have no homes, right? Remember the subprime loans and all this stuff. The Federal Reserve and they had to literally bail out banks with fiat. Fiat ruins everything, and it puts us in a position where we have to literally do and stronghold other countries to make sure that they still use the dollar, and they make sure they still transact in the dollar. So yeah, you know what I mean? That's why I think an invention like Bitcoin, 'cause it's not Bitcoin and the price of Bitcoin. Owning Bitcoin is important for the long run. You think that Bitcoin is too high until you see it at 1 million, 2 million. And banks and institutions start using it as, a store of value, as gold. And the market cap goes to like 200 trillion, $300 trillion. And it's at $13 million when your grandkids and every other crypto that you thought was as important as Bitcoin is worthless. So got to think about why Bitcoin is $1.8 trillion compared to every other crypto. The whole entire crypto market is anything because of Bitcoin. Without Bitcoin, there is no other crypto markets. Without Satoshi Nakamoto inventing and so that's why I think it's more important. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I think it, like this comment right here is rage bait. Look, somebody said, Robin said, XRP, nothing has the utility of XRP. Bitcoin was created under the CIA with possible ties to Epstein. Like, that is what you say when you don't understand something. When you don't understand money itself. If you think that XRP has all this utility, then why does it have a boss? Why does it have someone in the middle? Why can't someone say, yo, tomorrow again, I'm not even trying to poop on XRP, but what I'm trying to say is, if there was no Bitcoin, there would not be no XRP. If there wasn't a Bitcoin created, there would be no XRP. XRP came in 2017. You want to know when Bitcoin was created? 2009. XRP was created in 2014, if I'm not mistaken. XRP creation. And again, XRP is more popular than Bitcoin because it's cheaper. XRP creation date. Let's look at it. So XRP was launched in 2012. Bitcoin was launched in 2009. It was literally, the XRP ledger was literally influenced by Bitcoin. So if you want to say that something was created by the CIA, then why would they do it? Like, you know what I'm saying? So anyways, you can say that, but then you're literally, yeah. So again, here's the thing. Here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. You guys want a better return on your investment. So that means that you want to invest in XRP for money, for fiat. But you have no idea that you are just adding on to the problem by selling your XRP for fiat. So that literally your fiat. You want to know what fiat is? It's money. Money is the Federal Reserve. Money is the problem. You can they can print as much XRP as they want. So it's literally something that does something, but it's not something that you basically cannot print more of. So you're basically looking for money. You're looking for fiat. You're not looking for something that's limited and solves money. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys. But anyways, again, I don't want to debate about crypto. You can use whatever crypto, but just respect Bitcoin. I feel like people don't respect. Every comment I see is about how XRP is taking over. XRP is literally created because of Bitcoin. Like, it was literally created. Like, the whole point of Bitcoin is to not be a bank, and XRP is a bank. Guys, focus on just, if you have to buy a portion, and I'm not telling you what to do. If you got to buy a portion of Bitcoin, buy a portion of it, but buy something that you cannot print more of. Buy something that Trump is going to create a strategic reserve around, because that will be the solvent, right? Anyways, here is Trump basically speaking about this. I want to make sure that I go to this. Make sure that I play this.
Many Americans are unaware.
Let me make sure that I do my research. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I can literally bring you up to the stage and debate you on why I think Bitcoin is important, but you're not going to pay attention because you already made up your mind that you want money. I don't want money. I want purchasing power. I want to buy an asset that Trump is literally telling you he is going to create a strategic reserve around, so the United States could be number one in crypto. If there wasn't no Bitcoin, there would be no crypto. If there wasn't no George Washington, there would be no Trump. If there wasn't no founding fathers, there would be no America. So, like, respect the founding fathers of America. You know what I mean? Like, anyways, let's go to here real quick.
Many Americans are unaware that behind the scenes, the technical backbone of the financial system is decades out of date, many, many years out of date. You know that. Paul and others are straightening it out, but payments and money transfers are costly and take days or even weeks to clear. Under this bill, the entire ancient system will be eligible for a 21st century upgrade using the state-of-the-art crypto technology. Who would have thought we would have been saying that 2 years after?
So anyway, so Trump is letting you know, what it is. Also, I don't know if you guys know, but when they went into Venezuela, they literally, they found out that Venezuela was literally, they had Bitcoin. So apparently the United States of America took 600,000 coins. So that's something else that we got to talk about. So again, Trump knows that there is a great financial crisis already happening from the money printer, right? And he knows that these other countries are literally trying to do their own financial system to basically dethrone the United States of America. And they're literally trying to stop, they want to stop buying bonds, right? They've slowed down on bonds. You have Japan literally raising interest rates. They've never done that before, right? So it's like Trump knows that the great exit from the debt, from the $38 trillion of debt, is through crypto. And he knows this, and a lot of other people know it too. By the way, that video that I posted is doing pretty well. Not doing bad. I posted it on the other channel. To hear what he said, faster payments. If that's what you think matters, then you invest in that. Faster, like people, somebody said, people think that Bitcoin is supposed to be like some type of like bank or something. I use it as my savings account, or it's supposed to be like the fastest thing in the world. It's the creation of it, why people are invested in it the most, right? If you go through it, let's go through the money. Let's go through the big money, right? Because I'm going to show you what I see, and then we'll talk about it. So crypto market. Let's go to coin market cap. We can go through coin market cap, because if you think you're going to get a better ROI, that means that you're going to sell at some point. That means that you think that fiat is more important, right? So like if your goal is to make more dollars, then that means that you're not solving the issue. That means you want to get rich in fiat by selling your XRP. I will never sell my Bitcoin. Never sell your Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is the solution that literally it's the father of all these. It's the mother. So here's the market caps for let me show you this. And again, I'm not telling you what to not invest in, but you can't challenge me and like not have any proof of what you're saying. Like if you want to invest in, XRP because you think it's going to make you more cash, then we are not the same. Like we're not the same. Anyways, I think that Trump knows that the dollar is cooked and needs to be backed by something that's scarce. And again, what's the difference between gold? Right? What's the difference between gold and Bitcoin? And even XRP. Let's go XRP. You think XRP is the answer? Okay. Gold can't be used. Okay, let me ask you this. If all the gold in the world is pretty much mined, and because gold prices surged, they surged because a lot of people who are older, a lot of boomers, they go to gold when they think that the dollar is weak and they think a collapse is coming. They go and they hedge themselves in gold. So what happens when gold gets too expensive? What happens when gold gets too expensive? Elon Musk is going to go and he's going to be like, yeah, you know what? I'm going to go figure out how to get more gold from Mars, right? If gold gets too expensive, if silver gets too expensive, he's going to go to Mars and try to get more. So what happens if he goes to Mars and mines gold in 5 years? Gold prices are literally going to go to hell, right? But if XRP is capped, which is not, then if you can make more XRP, what's the point of you having XRP? But if you can't make more Cardano, doesn't that make it better? Doesn't that kill inflation? You can't inflate something you can't make more of. So again, I'm not trying to sell you guys on anything. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, you have to realize that $1.8 trillion are in Bitcoin. And the closest to it is like people are still investing in Bitcoin because this is, to me, the smart money. When you look at XRP, it's number 4. It has 127 billion. So 127 billion compared to 1.8 trillion, you tell me what people actually are more convicted in, right? The market cap of the whole entire crypto is only $3.1 trillion. And $1.8 trillion of that is in Bitcoin. I'm sorry, guys. I know you want to get rich fast, but you gotta realize, you know what I mean? Why I'm invested in that. The same way I realize why you're invested in, you tell me that you're invested because it's a better return on your money. I'm invested in it because it's the solution to money. It's the greatest invention ever known to man. A scarce, hard money. You fix the money, you fix the problems of the world. And I hope that Trump does a strategic reserve. And I hope that if you are invested in XRP, you make the most money that you can. But you got to know and you got to respect the game. You got to respect the United States of America. You know what I mean? So anyways, I knew that eventually, when I started talking about this, XRP army is huge. And I'm not trying to debate or battle any of them. But when people disrespect the mother of all creations, the $1 trillion monster, the original king, because they feel that something is much cheaper, then I'm sorry, I just can't get with that program. Now, if you tell me why XRP is important and why it's going to outdo, it's going to catch up to Bitcoin, that's a crazy, you're going to catch up from $127 billion. You're going to catch up to a $1.8 trillion asset class. Do you know Bitcoin is going to $20 trillion right now? The price. So the way I look at it, right? Why not tell me, hey, Lou, I think Bitcoin is gold and I think XRP is silver. Okay, I could get with that. Or I think XRP is the oil that's going to keep crypto alive. I could be like, you know what? I respect that. But when people go and they attack Bitcoin, I think that's crazy. You know what I mean? I think that's some wild stuff. That makes no sense. But that's just my opinion. Again, not making any. It's not booming. Sorry, guys. All right, so it's a good conversation. Right now I haven't bought any. You know what? Maybe I'll buy. Maybe I'll do some research and buy some XRP. But nah. Any other cryptos you guys are invested in? Let me know. Every crypto kind of does something different. Every crypto does do a lot of different things. I know Ethereum, XRP, Tether. This is a stable coin. So yeah, you guys can look around. I love Two Bushes. Yeah, I appreciate y'all. Michael Saylor. Man, my screen keeps getting small. I love talking finance with you guys. I love this. This is good. I want to open up a new crowd. You buy it, you won't regret it. H bar. Again, I'm not buying these things, guys. I'm only saying that, if there is anything I'd buy some XRP. I just don't believe in XRP the way I believe in Bitcoin. Bitcoin is literally the mother lode. Bitcoin is why crypto even exists in the first place. I just hate how much it gets disrespected by people from other branches. I will never disrespect XRP because I don't need to. I don't even need to talk about it. But I know that Bitcoin, because you look at it a $90,000 price, but I'm looking at a $1.8 trillion market cap. And if you look at gold's market cap is at $30 trillion. If Bitcoin ever gets to $30 trillion, which is very possible in the next 20 years, guys, $90,000 is going to be like $6 million. And you're going to be like, damn, I should have been stacking some Satoshis. I should have been buying portions of it for my family, for my kids that I'm going to leave behind. I shouldn't have been trying to get rich with altcoins. You want to know what an altcoin is? That's an alternative coin, alternative to the original. You know what I mean? So anyways, yeah, whatever. I'm a Bitcoin maxi, but I'm not going to disrespect XRP at all. You know what I'm saying? If anything, I'll try to understand it more, because I know XRP is fast. I know Ripple. I know the lawsuit behind it. I know a lot of the history. I had a friend that made a lot of money, but then he sold. I'm like, why would you sell? Why not hold on if you think that the mission is very important? That makes no sense to me. LV, should I put your comments? I'm going to try to put your comments on the stage, guys. So that way you guys can see yourself as you post. LV, show me how Michael Saylor spent $100K in transaction fees to transfer his Bitcoin that took 24 hours to receive, better than transferring the same amount in less than 30 seconds. You want to know the difference in that? That's the price you have to pay when something is capped at 21 million, you can't print any more of. Again, XRP could be good for transferring money, but is it good to store your money, to store your value when there is a central person? There is a name and face to Ripple. There is a name and face to it. In Bitcoin, I don't care how long it takes, as long as I know no one can mess with that, as long as I know it's true to it. Anyways, Coin has 15 million coins only. So invest in that if that's what you want to invest in. I can't tell you guys what to invest in. I'm sorry. I would never. I like this comment right here. XRP is great for expansion. See, this is a good comment. I love comments like this because you're not trying to shit on Bitcoin. You're giving me an alternative, which is an altcoin to another side of what I already think. You know what I mean? Like, look, the Bitcoin was a test, XRP, XLM. Those are the ISO too. Good luck. I mean, if that's what you think, I'm sorry, guys. I just that's too much. Have a good night. Sorry, I wish I could hang out. Yeah, look. Hold on. The guys that are in here, by the way, if you're in here and we're talking about finances and stuff, just know we got 245 people here. Look, this is not LV Nation where we only talk about politics, right? But I just want you guys to know that you're gonna be the people that welcome the new crowd in, right? We're gonna have a new crowd of a whole bunch of investors, and we're gonna be, just new people are gonna come, right? And this is not the LV Nation channel. This is the LV Crypto Show, where we talk about crypto and investing, and we talk about different things. And you guys that are here right now, you're gonna be the guys welcoming. You're gonna be welcoming the new people. You know what I'm saying? Lou, I'm 75 and don't understand Bitcoin. Again, read. I will tell you, do the knowledge. When you do the knowledge, you understand that every other coin just doesn't compare to what Bitcoin's value was. Doesn't compare to the white paper. Doesn't compare to it. I have a cold storage wallet right here. This is where I store my private keys to my crypto. No one can ever touch my crypto. That's another thing. It's like if you guys probably buy. Let me ask you this. When you buy, right? When you buy your Bitcoin or you buy your XRP, do you put it in a private wallet, in a cold storage wallet, or do you keep it on the exchange? I'm pretty sure you probably keep it on the exchange. Nah, it's this is my first ever channel, but I'm gonna turn this into, again, finance and other things. So I know a lot of people, they're gonna be bothered, they're gonna unsubscribe, but it's okay because a new audience will come in, and the people that are gonna stick with me, you guys are gonna know. They'll be like, wow, man, I was here from the very beginning. You know what I mean? Cold storage is recommended. Yeah. We got somebody that Mark says he has cold storage, Tangem. Cold storage is super recommended. I hope you guys have your private keys in a private wallet. I really do hope that. Take your cryptos off the exchanges. I do that all the time. You know what's crazy? I used to buy it on Coinbase, but I buy my stuff on Robinhood. I transfer it over. I transfer all my Bitcoin over to I have a Treasure wallet. Guys. Yeah. So it's a Treasure wallet. If you guys don't know what a Treasure wallet is, I'll show you exactly what it is. Man, I'm so excited. We got 245 people here. We're talking about storing your crypto off exchanges. This is exciting stuff. I'm very excited. Let me actually go to Google to show you my wallet, because maybe you guys have. I know somebody said they have Tangem. Yeah, I have this one right here. So Treasure Safe 7. That's what I have. I know somebody said they got Tangem, which is this one right here. Yeah. You fix the money, you fix the world. You fix the money and you fix the world. I have 6 of them. Nice. I have 6 of them cold storage wallets. You fix the money and you fix the world. I enjoy crypto, but the returns for my family are not good. Again, you have to think about what it is that if you're looking for more fiat, then you're going to be working for more fiat. And fiat, which is money, which is the money printer, which is the Federal Reserve, they could just print money and money. How many things can you buy today that you just cannot buy with the same amount of money 5 years ago? This has nothing to do with Trump. This is the problem that Trump is forced into, right? The biggest scam is the fact that the Federal Reserve can just print and bail out these banks. Like, you know what I mean? That's the biggest scam. This Trump didn't create this problem. Trump is going to try to fix this problem by bringing in tariff revenue and doing all these different, aspects of it, by actually leaning into cryptography and peer-to-peer transaction technology. You know what I mean? You only lose when you sell. And you guys have to realize that if you're investing in these other coins that you think are going to 5, 10x, 100x your money, you have to know when to buy too. Like, I'm not going to tell you when to buy, but you have to know that by buying these things, again, that's why if you would have bought, anybody that's ever bought Bitcoin has never lost money. Like, Bitcoin is the greatest performing asset in the last 12 years. It only goes up. So if you bought Bitcoin recently and it went down, well, only way you'll lose is if you sell. But if you bought Bitcoin 5 years ago, you're up. If you bought Bitcoin a year ago, you're up. If you bought Bitcoin 2 years ago, you're up. If you bought Bitcoin 3 years ago, you're up. If you bought Bitcoin 10 years ago, you're up. Right? So it's an asset that keeps appreciating with a crazy life sentence. So hold on, guys. I'm sorry. But if you bought XRP in 2017, you're not up. If you bought XRP in 2017, 18, and 19, you are not in profit. Right? If you bought Ethereum 5 years ago, you are not in profit. If you bought Solana 5 years ago, you're probably in some type of profit. So that's why if you are buying crypto to make more dollars, fiat, to cash out, and literally go to the most inflated asset, which is the dollar, then you are losing the game. The reason why you get into Bitcoin is because it's capped at 21 million coins. Everyone is going to be running to, all these countries are going to be running to buy Bitcoin to get the most that they can get, because they know that that is the exit strategy. At some point, when why is gold and silver so expensive right now? It's because people are trying to run out the door. They know that the US dollar is cooked. The only thing that the US dollar is backed by is the military industrial complex. How many years did it take Bitcoin? Guys, Bitcoin has been going up since it came out in 09. Bitcoin is literally, if you search up, what is, like, I know I'm about to educate a lot of people on this because I had to get educated on this. I used to be an Ethereum guy. I used to hate Bitcoin, but then I had an awakening. Here we go. What is the highest performing asset in the last 15 years? Let's go to 15 years here. Here we go, guys. I don't got to make this up. I don't have to sell you on this. I just got to show you this. Look, the highest performing asset in the last 15 years is Bitcoin. Bitcoin has gone up 8 million % since its inception in 2009. This is the greatest performing asset of all time. That's why other people try to make the same thing and tell you that this asset doesn't matter anymore. That's my problem, is that they literally tried to tell you that this Bitcoin, the greatest performing asset of all time, it doesn't matter anymore because they're trying to sell you a cheaper asset that can probably X more so you can cash out and get rich quick. It's not the way the world works. You fix the money, you fix the world. You fix the money, you fix the world. That's why this asset is so performing like this. That's why people like me at $90,000 are throwing their life savings at this. I'm throwing everything I've ever earned on owning Bitcoin. I'm betting my life on Bitcoin. And that's the way I look at this. And I'm sorry if you disagree with that. Good luck. You know what I mean? And I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I'm not telling anybody. You know what I'm saying? I'm not telling anybody what to do. Here's a great comment. This is a great comment, by the way. Let me make sure I read this comment. My screen keeps getting small, guys, so I'm not able to read everything. All right, so here we go. Oh, we got somebody cursing at me, really? Fuck you, say. I invested $1,500 at 55K and it drops to 20K. Held on to it for a year. Times got rough and it cashed out 6 months later before the boom. Guys, somebody analyze this message for me real quick. Yeah, you could say XRP is better, bro, but it's been the highest XRP went in 2017 was $3.50, right? And you're trying to sell me that it's better than Bitcoin. How? How is it better? Because somebody else said it's better? It makes no sense. I'm betting everything on Bitcoin. You're betting everything on XRP. Let's hold hands and go to war together. Let's not argue about this. I don't want to argue with you guys about Bitcoin or XRP. I don't want to argue with anybody about that. He's saying that he messed up and he regrets it. Because you want to know, again, here's my investing advice, because I've been one of those investors like this guy too. I've lost a lot of money gambling. I've lost a lot of money doing things. That's why I think that Bitcoin is a full circle moment. The first time I saw Bitcoin was 2020. I saw Bitcoin at $8,000. And I had a little bit of money during the pandemic. Then the next time I saw Bitcoin was in 2021 when it was at 64,000. And I was going to buy a full Bitcoin at 50,000. I didn't buy it, right? Then I was in 2022, Bitcoin crashed to, I think, 16,000. Right? Because of all the FTX stuff and all the things that happened with Sam Bankman-Fried. You guys remember Sam Bankman-Fried? And I didn't buy anything. And I had a little bit of money but I just didn't want to buy it. I just didn't believe in it. I was kind of like a lot of people in the comments. I was like, you know what? F this. Let me go invest in a cheaper one so I can get more of my money in returns. So here I am after going broke and figuring out my life and having opportunities to invest in Bitcoin. You know what they say about Bitcoin? You get the price that you deserve. So when Bitcoin goes to 500,000 and XRP hits $10, which is great returns for a lot of people, that's a great return. You have to think about, what are people going to do? Are they going to dump it? Are they going to keep it? Why do you invest in these things? Like, I can make a good argument about Solana. Solana is into smart contracts, stable coins, meme coins. I lost a lot of money in meme coins too. Oh my God. I lost. Woo! Man, that's what changed my life. Guys, in February of earlier 2025, last year, almost a year ago, I thought I was the man. I thought I was about to get rich. I thought I was about to get rich. I lost so much money investing in meme coins because I thought I was smarter than everybody else. I thought I was the smartest. Yeah, so we all learn lessons, bro. I feel you. I know you wasn't cursing at me. You were basically saying how you messed up, and I'm sorry about that, bro. I'm sorry that happened to you. But yeah, I lost so much money gambling, dude. You just gamble. You just this is all speculation at the end of the day. But there is a lot of reading that I've done behind why Bitcoin was created in the first place and how other people think that they can create something similar to it faster than it and debunk the idea and the foundation it's created. That's like inventing another United States of America and thinking that you can replicate the United States of America. You cannot replicate the founding fathers. It's just, you can't do it. No one has ever done it. You know what I mean? Okay, here we go. So XRP has 100 billion coins, and there will be no more made. So people are going to start buying 20,000 of each, which will surpass the amount they have quickly. XRP will be the king of coins. They want all the sheep in Bitcoin, especially now. Bitcoin is not affordable. You don't understand at all. Okay, good luck. I mean, look, good luck. I'm not going to bash you for those comments. I'm going to challenge you on that. But again, we'll see 10 years from now. We'll see 5 years from now if you're correct. If Bitcoin is at 250,000, if Bitcoin is at 300,000, and XRP is still at $3 or $4, we'll see. I'm sorry. I just cannot agree with you. You guys are, what you guys are doing? You guys are doing what Gary Gensler did to you. What Gary Gensler did to XRP, where he bashed XRP, right? Where you guys are doing what Congress did to Bitcoin, which you're bashing it. You're not bashing what Bitcoin was created for. You're bashing the people that did bad things using Bitcoin. What you guys are doing is like, you guys are doing what Democrats do with guns. You guys are bashing the guns instead of bashing the people that use the guns to do bad things. Just because you think that, cartels are using Bitcoin and bad people are using Bitcoin. Bad people use guns all the time. But does that mean that guns were a bad creation? Like, that makes absolutely no sense. Somebody said Bitcoin was an experiment and now it's unaffordable. They want the sheep in it. Again, Bitcoin is unaffordable because you weren't aware of it when it was the same price as XRP. That's why it's unaffordable. It's very expensive. It's very expensive because it's the greatest performing asset of all time because it has a cause and effect behind it. I cannot believe I have to defend this. I just don't understand. Why do I have to defend the reason why XRP was even made was because of Bitcoin, but I have to defend that's crazy to me. I guess that's what this crypto thing does to people. Yeah, I could give you guys a Bitcoin. Bitcoin is not popular because people think it's too expensive until they see it at $1 million and say, you know what? I could have probably been buying parts of Bitcoin. I should have bought some parts of it. I should have bought some parts of this. When Trump creates a treasury, a strategic reserve, and he buys 1 million coins of Bitcoin and he dumps $200 billion into it and says that we are going to be number one in Bitcoin, then you're going to be like, damn, I should probably try my best to get to 1 Bitcoin. It's like, I don't, people want to get as much XRP as they can because they think it's going to make them the much more fiat. It's going to make them more fiat. It's going to make them more cash. They want to invest in Solana because Solana is going to go to 15,000 one day. It's like, okay. I mean, if that's what you believe. Am I buffering? Okay. Explain to me why Trump has let you down. Why not do both? I agree, but I'm not saying you can't do both. I'm just saying people are bashing as if XRP is the only thing you should be invested in crypto. And I think that's insane to me. You should buy all of them if you think that all of them work. I'm just telling you, I'm only in Bitcoin. I think Bitcoin is the only thing that matters. That's just my attitude. I hope you don't get offended by that. I really don't, but it's just my attitude. XLM is at 22 cents. XLM has a $7 billion market cap. Sui, I'll be honest, man. Sui is extremely undervalued. Sui, now you want to talk about utility. I think Sui could outdo Solana and Ethereum. But anyways, yeah. I like Sui. So I've done research on Ethereum. Sui, I've done research on. Solana, I've done research on. Solana, I used to be big on Solana, but I lost a lot of money in meme coins, so I sold out of all of my Solana because, I just didn't like that. You've commented this before. Somebody said you're doing crypto now. I've been doing crypto for some time now, but I went all in on Bitcoin. So I decided to do a channel talking about finances and politics and how it all comes together. Hope that doesn't bother you. If you like my content about, politics only, you can just go, to my, political channel, which is, of course, LV Nation. You guys can go check that out. That is where I post all my political channel. That's where I post all my political videos. Yeah. I'm just happy to be here talking to you guys about this stuff. I just feel like I was alone. You know what I mean? Like I can't talk to nobody about certain things, about what I was feeling about the markets and stuff. Like, it's boring, right? But there's some people that love that. So yeah, I wanted to, talk about some of these things. That's all. It's cheaper, faster economically. What are you talking about? So is Bitcoin a penny stock? Same thing. They was a CTO of XRP on the blockchain algorithm in 1998. You don't look at buying coin at a time. You can buy pieces or double eventually. Yes. Thank you. Finally, we got some base comments. Some base people in here. Let's go, man. Yeah. So again, like if you're interested in what I'm interested in, like what I would say, you think that you have to buy a $90,000 piece. You don't. But what you don't want to do is let the train get away from you because you were so hard-headed about Bitcoin. Like people were hard-headed about these things. People that are investing in XRP and the Cardano and Solana, their number one investment is Bitcoin, and it will still remain that because they know that at some point the biggest factor would be that it's capped and it's scarce and you can't print any more of it. And literally, you could say that it's slow, you could say this, you could say that, but every other coin is called altcoin. That means it's an alternative. I don't know if people are in love with alternative coins as much as they were before. That's why we haven't gotten an alt season yet. Like Bitcoin topped at 126,000 on apathy. People are more interested now in the stock market and AI. So like you don't know if altcoin is ever coming back. You know what I mean? So yeah, we'll see. Sorry, Lou. I think that you are not informed as you think you do. I wish you the best of luck on your investments, though. Cool. We'll see in 5 years who's right, who's wrong. We'll see that if Bitcoin goes to where I think it's going to go in the next 5, 10 years, cool. If you think XRP is going to a 10,000, if you believe these guys that are trying to eat your brain up, then you do that. I'm not going to eat your brain up here. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna gas you up to get you to buy something. I'm telling you what I'm doing, and you can do what you're gonna do. And I'm telling you why I'm doing it. You said there would be no George Washington, there would be no Trump. Lewis saying nobody Bitcoin, no XRP. XRP is what you want. Cool. Wow, XRP. You guys are like cult. You guys are worse than a cult. But I think Bitcoin maxis are worse than a cult too, right? You guys will defend this stuff no matter what. If you make no profit and lose money, you'll still defend it. Yo, it's crazy. LOL, XRP is the one. Yeah, what a cult, bro. You guys are a cult. you guys. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. It's a joke. It's a cult joke. I'm just kidding. All right, let me ask you guys this, since we're on live here. Is anybody investing in any AI stocks? Like, have you looked around to AI? AI is apparently the future. A lot of people are talking about AI. You know, Elon is talking about it. Oklo. I don't know if you guys ever heard of Oklo. That's, you know, a big what you call it, like they're creating a whole so there's a bunch of stocks like Oklo. I think Oklo basically it's like where it's like a data center for AI. No, your AI, here's the future. Somebody says the mark of the beast. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. I feel you. Golly, why my screen keeps getting smaller, guys? There's gonna be a few coins, and they're like XRP is going to be hanging around. I mean, we'll see. We'll see what coins are going to be hanging around. We'll see. XRP first has to overtake Ethereum. XRP has to overtake Ethereum. You know what I mean? And the moment that XRP takes Ethereum, then, you know, I think you guys win. But if you guys can't hit a 5, 6, 7, like if you guys were to hit $1 trillion market cap, that's probably like $1 trillion market cap is probably like $15 for you guys. That's a lot, you know. So Ripple, yeah, again, Ripple, centralized people, Bitcoin, nobody. All you stocks are moving up. Yep. There's a lot of plays on the stock market for that. All you stocks not moving. Oh, no, you mean like stocks. I thought you were talking about Kameko. Kameko, is that what it's called? Kameko? So Kameko is gonna, let me see. Kameko, is that how you say it? Is it electric services company? So again, all these electric companies are literally going up in value early because people are front running the narrative that, you know, again, in order to do the AI revolution that people are, you know, the reason why there was no altcoin season, the reason why you don't see the big push in the altcoin season where you see altcoins do better in percentage wise than Bitcoin is because AI. People are investing in AI. People are investing in energy stocks. People are investing in energy ETFs. And they're investing in this because they're investing in nuclear stocks because of the AI revolution. Yeah. Yeah. So they're investing in energy. They're investing in, you know, these companies that are there because of AI. So AI takes a lot of electricity. So they're investing in clean energy because of AI. Yeah, that's AI. AI right now. So I don't know if you guys know, but the market cap of Nvidia is so high. I don't know if you guys know this. So let me actually, man, let me go through market caps, highest market caps. I need you guys to see this real quick because this was alarming to me. Highest market caps through companies and stuff, and hopefully I can probably show you this. Okay, here it is. Here it is. So here are the top assets. I hope you guys can see this. Let me make myself smaller here. I need you guys to see this, man. This right here is crazy. Okay, so number one in market cap is gold. No, this is old. No, this is old. This is old. This is old. This is old. I need to show you guys the real market caps. Yeah, because gold is not at 13 trillion. Gold is at $30 trillion market cap. Yeah, highest market caps. Gold is really high. Are you guys also invested in gold? Ah, man, where market caps update. Man, I had a picture of it, but I can't find it right now. But it goes through the highest market caps through companies. Highest market caps assets. Let me see if I can find it here. Assets. Boom. Yeah. Some of you guys know where I'm going with this. Okay, here we go. I got an updated one. Okay, beautiful. Updated. Yeah, but this is not showing the full list. Is this the updated one? Man, where are the updated ones, bruh? They're all so old. I got to show you how much money has entered the market. This should worry you. Anyways, this one is a little close, right? Okay, I can't show you that one because that one sucks. Okay, whatever. This one's a little more updated, but it's not really updated. Okay, so by market caps, right? $22 trillion of market cap are in gold, right? The market cap for our stock market is about $70 trillion. Gold is right now is like at 28 trillion, but this one is a little less updated. Second on that list is Apple. Apple, whoever invested in Apple is so rich. $3 trillion in market cap. Microsoft, and right now Nvidia, right? This is not updated, but Nvidia is actually at a $4 trillion market cap. And then silver is at a $4.5 million market cap. And then Bitcoin still right there so Bitcoin is like number 9 right now. Amazon is like at 2 trillion. Microsoft is at 2 trillion. Why are these companies getting so much money now? And why are their market caps going even higher? It's because of AI. It's because of the AI revolution. So like, while a lot of people were looking, to crypto and altcoins and quant and XRP and all these things, there was a wealth transfer over to gold and AI. That it didn't go to Bitcoin. It didn't go to XRP. It didn't go to Solana. It didn't go to, it didn't go to crypto at all. It went to AI. So AI right now is the reason why the stock market is even afloat. So so Trump has a lot of challenges, right? Trump has a lot of challenges. XRP is not decentralized. Thank you so much for that comment. I appreciate that. Anyways, so Trump has challenges. Trump has to make sure that the economy doesn't collapse. Trump wants to win the midterms. So he has to make sure that the economy doesn't collapse under his nose, under his leadership. He has to make sure that the stock market is booming. He has to make sure that there's peace around the world while also, doing this peace through strength thing. He has to make sure of all these things. He has to make sure that AI doesn't fail. And right now, do you guys know that our stock market of $60 trillion is being held by 7 companies? Tesla, Nvidia, Microsoft, Apple, Google, right? 7 companies as a whole. I think Avgo or other companies as well. And they're all in AI. They're all investing in AI data centers. They're all investing in AI chips. So that, Trump has a lot of responsibility to literally make sure that the United States of America strategically does not fall. Because the moment that the dollar if the dollar becomes invaluable and we fall and other countries agree to use another money, another currency What do you think happens to the United States? What do you think happens to the United States of America if every other country got together and said we're not using the dollar anymore? What do you think happens to our stock market? We're cooked. So if you see Trump going to Venezuela, if you see Trump going to Greenland, if you see Trump Trump is ready. Trump is telling you, you are not going to stop using our dollar. We have to bully countries into using our dollars. Because the money, the dollar becomes invaluable. The collapse is going to be worse than you can imagine. Trump is refinancing our debt. So if Trump decides to refinance our debt, which crypto is he going to do it through? Man, I've been talking so much. Water feels so good right now. Oh no. Oh no. I could have bought Apple in, oh my God, 1993. I thought, oh no, man. Talk about missing out. Talk about missing out. Somebody say he's going to do it through XRP, not Bitcoin. Yeah, DeepSeek. But DeepSeek was not what people thought it was. Kind of went away. Apple was cheaper 10 years ago. You're going to be saying the same thing about Bitcoin. But you want to know what has been the same price since 2015, 16, 17? XRP. No one is saying, oh my God, I missed XRP. No one is saying that. And yeah, you can say it's because it's been held down, by, Gary Gensler. So yeah, you could say that too. But good, I mean, again, good luck with your conviction. If you have conviction in these things, I appreciate that. I'm not going to argue with you on that, but I will challenge the same way you'll challenge my, food for thought. I will challenge yours back. But man, some people have a lot of opportunities and they just, you get the price that you deserve for these things. It was purposely suppressed. Okay. XRP is boss. Man, I there's no Bitcoin maxis that watch this channel. I just that's how you know Bitcoin is not popular no more because it's so expensive. People think it's gotten away from them. They think it's not important no more. I think that's so wild to me how people change their minds on these things. Again, I've been in crypto without buying crypto for since 2018 is when I first people would tell me, Lou, please save some money because I had some money in 2020, 2019. And man, I just didn't buy. I didn't buy anything. You know what I mean? Sad, man. It's sad, but it's the truth. It's the way the world works, man. You have these opportunities to buy these things and become, super rich till you realize that you get the price you deserve for it. I bought some more XRP, bro. Exciting times again, no doubt. Opportunity is everywhere. Opportunity was an AI. I'm going to be honest with you. Opportunity was an AI and precious metals, man. XRP has a boss. XRP is not decentralized. XRP is owned by Ripple. You guys you guys got this game all messed up, man. I'm sorry. Whatever. Yeah, rare earth elements as well. Gold and silver. You guys sound like the gold and silver guys. Gold is cool and silver is cool until it gets too expensive. And again, Elon, who has the most money in the world, will find a way to make to literally find more gold. You know what I mean? Elon will go and say, oh, gold is $10,000. No, I'm sorry. Silver's too expensive. Like the silver squeeze from China, that was a China play. So China, begins to do this like short squeeze on gold on silver to shock the markets. Can I ask you guys a question? Why are you guys up? What time is it where you guys are at? Get a little tired, guys. We'll talk more about this soon. Same here, I dug silver in the stash. Yeah, I mean, my suggestion, even though it's not financial advice, just stack as much sats. You don't have to worry about owning, a full Bitcoin, but stack sats. Stack sats because it's important. That's the way I look at it. Stacking Satoshis because it's important. You're not trying to win the race, you're trying to win the marathon. You're gonna buy some XRP now? Nah, I'm gonna be honest, I'm not. Maybe one day, but then I'll be buying because I don't want to be left out and I'll be fake to you guys. I will never be fake to you guys. I will never tell you guys I'm buying XRP now. That could change obviously, but I don't want to be like these grifters. When I supported Trump, I got so much hate. People were like, "Oh, you're grifting." There's nothing I'm gaining from this. I got demonetized, deplatformed so many times from supporting Trump. It wasn't until later on, because I kept true to myself supporting Trump, that God began to bless me, not because I supported Trump. Let me not sound crazy, but because I stood true to what I believed and I didn't grift. The easiest thing to do is be a liberal online. You'll make the most money. You'll never get banned. You know what I mean, guys? You'll never get banned. So I'll never tell you guys I want to buy XRP because I want to be popular. Now I'll do my research on it. If you're telling me I need to do research on it, and I could change my mind the same way I changed my mind about, Bitcoin at some point. Again, I changed my mind about buying Bitcoin only. 2025, but in 2021, I made up my mind I wanted to buy Bitcoin. In 2019, I made up my mind I wanted to buy Ethereum. I was an Ethereum maxi. Man, you know what I mean? So yeah, you go and you support liberals and you say everything is racism and you play the victim all day. That's the easiest thing for me to do. Trust me. But I just didn't feel, that's not what I felt in my heart. I'm a Christian by nature. I'm a Christian. I believe Jesus Christ. I believe in Jesus Christ. I'm not Muslim. I'm not any of these other things. I'm just, I'm true to what I believed was the right decision at the time. You know what I mean? Shout out to you, Scott. Appreciate you, man. John says, I made 93. I made 93 on XRP gold, XRP XOLD, and then bought at 209 and made another 140. Waiting to buy again. Oh, you're trading it. Yeah. You're trading it. That's dope, bro. Try to use your Bitcoin in real world use cases. It's terrible due to long transaction rates and gas. Again, it's a store of value. It's a store of value. What are you going to argue with me next? That we should be in fiat? Like, it's a store of value. That's the way I use it. I use it as my savings account. All right, guys, I'm about to get up out of here. If you guys haven't hit the like button, smash the like button for me. I would truly, truly appreciate you guys. We'll be back tomorrow. Again, I post on my main channel, which is my LV Nation channel. I post there. And then, I do like a video here. So I try to do like a video and a live stream. I try to do like live streams every other day where we talk about other things and stuff like that. Appreciate y'all. Store of value is no different as holding Dogecoin in a vault. That makes absolutely no sense, brother. What are you talking about? Are you comparing Dogecoin to Bitcoin? Are you kidding me? Like, that's crazy. Like, you guys got, like, I do the knowledge on why Bitcoin is even started to begin with. Why are you talking to me about a meme coin? Bitcoin is a $1.8 trillion market cap. You're talking to me about a meme coin that's market cap is only $12 billion right now. Compare that to $1.8 trillion of the world's money. The highest it's ever gone to is 2.5 trillion. Like, why are you talking to me about you talking about Dogecoin? You want to make fiat. You want to make money so you can have cash. I want to buy Bitcoin so I can get rid of my cash. We are different. I want to hold Bitcoin forever because I believe that the dollar will crash one day. The dollar's value is already low and down. I believe that the store of value should be not, I believe that fiat doesn't work because you can print and the Federal Reserve can print money. Trump is going to print money. He's going to lower the interest rates and the economy is going to boom, which means that inflation is never going away. People say inflation is down. Trump can say inflation is down. Things do go down in prices, but that does not mean your dollar is more valuable in purchasing power. I want purchasing power. That's why I'm a Bitcoin guy. You know what I mean? Like, if you do the knowledge on why Bitcoin was created and what problems it fixes the money, it fixes the world. XRP will never be a currency. It's not a currency. Like, why are you talking to me like it's a currency? Can you hold a Bitcoin? Can you hold an actual dollar? If you hold $100, right? And you keep holding that dollar for the next 5 years, and I hold a fraction of that same amount in Bitcoin, which one you think is going to be worth more in 5 years? Sorry, guys. I had to drink this Kool-Aid when I realized that money is the problem. You fix the money, you fix the world. You fix the money, you fix the world. It will still be worth less than $1. You're crazy. Do you know the dollar's value? How much value does the dollar? Do you know that the only reason we're at float is because we have the world's strongest military? Dollar value. Let's go to dollar's value. Okay, here we go. Let me show you what I'm seeing here. Like, we have a huge problem. We have the world's biggest problem. And at some point, this problem will collapse and you will be caught holding those dollars. Okay. So yes, the US dollar has been losing value against other major currencies, particularly 2025 experiences the largest drop in decades, though it saw some recovery later this year with reasons cited including US policy, rising debt. So Trump is trying his best to make sure that the dollar doesn't collapse on his watch, which is why he's taking Greenland, which is why he took Maduro, which is why he's weakening other parts of the world to make sure that they never go against this dollar that's losing its value, 97% down from when it was from inception. We have a huge problem. But the reason why this dollar will never collapse is because we have the world's greatest military, and we will force other countries to use it. We will force other countries to use it. But the BRICS alliance was forced because they want to stop using this dollar. If they flip a switch, you won't be able to do anything. You won't have your Bitcoin, and your money won't be worth anything. If they flip a switch, nothing will be worth anything. Everybody would literally just be. You want to know what you'll need? Guns. Your greatest currency when they turn the lights off is your guns. Your protection. Money and gold won't really matter for a while. Because want to know why gold won't matter more than guns? Because people with guns will take your gold. This is what people don't understand. They keep thinking that this is all a scam when they realize they wake up 10 years from now and they have a family that they have to basically pass their money down to, and they realize that inflation has been eating up their currency and their money, and they have not been getting richer, and their purchasing power is not true, then they realize that Bitcoin or anything was never the problem. It was them. They never understood money. You have to understand money. I'm trying to understand money every day, which is why I'm reading books, articles, news, just looking into these problems. And this all ties into politics. Food and ammo. People will be 100% coming for that. If you don't have any ammo, they will take everything from you. Everybody is pushing something. Somebody here is pushing XRP. Somebody here is pushing XMR, right? Everybody is pushing something they think is going to make them rich in dollars. I challenge you to get rich in purchasing power. Get rich in purchasing power. Get rich in something they cannot print more of. If governments come for my Bitcoin, they can't get it because I'm the only one with a seed phrase to this. I'm the only one with my private keys. We'll see. We'll do the test. We'll see what XRP is at. We'll see what Bitcoin is at. We'll see which one does more in the next 25. Let's go in the next 3 years, right? And like before Trump leaves office, we'll see the price of both. We'll see which one is outperforming what. We'll see which one is actually getting institutional money and adoption. And we'll see if I was wrong. Pyramid scam? Hey, David, the dollar is the world's greatest pyramid scam, bro. You want to say that Bitcoin is a pyramid scam? The dollar is the biggest pyramid scam. After 1971, you want to know what happened when we started printing more money? We started having more drug overdoses. We started having housing problems. We started having all these bad things happen to us. After 1971, we started having literally overdosing. When the money became printable, the problems became more. The greediness became the worst thing. The Federal Reserve became the greatest cartel ever known to man. The dollar is the biggest pyramid scheme. What they're doing, you guys should watch. What's this documentary? There's a couple documentaries that I watched, but man, I got to remember this documentary. Why am I having a brain freeze right now? I'll tell you guys about it. I'll drop it down in the comments. But it has to do, with, again, the Federal Reserve, the bank bailouts, cash. There's all these problems that cash brings. All right, guys. It was nice talking to y'all. I hope you guys enjoy your night. The government can see all your BTC transactions. I guess that's the last comment I'll read. United States steals traffic drugs. There's benefit to the state of Israel. Hey, man. Hey, you know what I mean? Fall of the cabal. Nah, man. It has to do with Mike Maloney. Mike Maloney is the guy's name that made this. I don't know why I'm having so much trouble. Mike Maloney. He's a narrator. He's a gold and silver guy, though. Mike Maloney. It's his name. Let me see if I can find it here. Here we go. Is it gold silver? Is this channel? Okay. I think this is the channel here. Okay. The Hidden Secrets of Money. There you go. This right here, guys. The Hidden Secrets of Money. This right here woke me up like never before. The Hidden Secrets of Money is, I suggest everybody go watch it. This right here will, like, literally, and he was promoting the alternative, which is gold and silver, which he was correct about, by the way. It's the trade of it didn't grow 8.9 million%, but it did grow to a crazy amount. You know what I mean? But it tells you what they're all doing. And they all know about it too. All right, guys. I love y'all. See you guys on the next one.